The great hall of the Galactic Council was silent, cold, and heavy. Thousands of alien eyes watched the humans take slow steps toward the exit. No one spoke. No one breathed loudly. Even the air seemed afraid to move. Humans were leaving the council, and everyone thought this was the end of the story. But the narrator knew this was only the beginning. The leader of the humans walked with a soft smile on his face. His expression looked calm, almost friendly. But behind that calm smile, there was something else. Something quiet, hidden, and powerful. His eyes did not show peace. His eyes looked like a storm waiting for the right moment. For years, aliens believed humanity wanted to stay in the council. For years, they believed humans were weak, emotional, and easy to control. Many species thought humans were too soft-hearted to survive in a dangerous galaxy. Others secretly feared humans because of their unpredictable nature. But today, as the humans walked out, the galaxy felt something strange. Humans were too calm. And calm humans were never a good sign. The council speaker finally spoke, his voice trembling slightly. "We thank humanity for choosing peace." The human leader stopped for 1 second. His smile did not change. "We always choose peace," he said gently, "until peace is no longer a choice." These words shook the room. Aliens exchanged confused looks. What did he mean? What choice was gone? What were the humans planning? But before anyone could ask, the humans simply bowed politely and walked away. The large doors closed behind them with a deep, echoing sound. Thud. The sound stayed in the minds of everyone present. It felt like the end of an era. As the humans left, the narrator followed them, showing what the council could not see. Outside the hall, a long corridor led to the human shuttle. Human soldiers stood quietly, too quietly. Their armor was new, clean, and shining with a strange dark steel color that no alien recognized. They did not look like soldiers preparing to retire. They looked like soldiers preparing for something big, something the galaxy was not ready for. One soldier whispered, "Silent protocol is active." The leader nodded once. "Good. No mistakes." Silent protocol. A phrase no alien had ever heard before. A phrase that did not exist in any known human document. But inside human space, that phrase carried a heavy meaning. As the shuttle left the council station, the narrator showed the galaxy from outside, stars stretching across the darkness like endless oceans. Humans were moving away peacefully. Their engines were quiet. Their path was calm. Everything looked normal. But nothing was normal. Deep in human space, something massive was awakening. Old factories that had slept for 200 years suddenly powered up. Hidden shipyards under dark nebulae lit their engines. Construction drones moved silently like metal insects. Giant shadows of unfinished ships floated in darkness, waiting for activation. No alien knew about these places. No alien had ever seen these secret human sectors. Not even the council. Humans had been building something for a long time, not for war, but for survival. Back in the shuttle, one young officer asked, "Sir, do you think the council suspects anything?" The leader looked out of the window at the stars. "No," he said quietly. "They believe what they want to believe. They think humans are leaving because we are tired, weak, broken." He turned his head slightly, and the narrator captured the sharp glow in his eyes. "But they do not understand. We leave because we learned the truth long ago." "What truth, sir?" the officer asked. "That no one saves humanity except humans." These simple words created the first wave of suspense. The audience could feel something big coming, something hidden beneath the peaceful exit. As the shuttle approached Earth's main fleet hub, hundreds of human battleships floated around like silent guardians. Their hulls were dark, absorbing light instead of reflecting it. They were not active. They were only waiting. Waiting for the day humans would need them. Waiting for the day peace would break. Meanwhile, in a distant part of the galaxy, an alien scout ship picked up a strange reading, a massive energy signature near an uncharted region. The scout captain frowned. "It looks like a structure," he whispered. "Huge, maybe artificial." He zoomed in. For 1 second, he saw something unbelievable. A giant frame of a ship, bigger than any Empire ship, glowing with blue construction lights. But before he could transmit the report, his screen flickered. Static. Silence. His entire ship shut down. Then, slowly, the ship's own system displayed a message he had never seen before. Unauthorized access to human sector. Exit immediately. The scout froze. His heart raced. How did humans know he was here? How did they control his ship? The message changed. This is your only warning. Then the screen went black. Back in human space. The leader walked into a secure command room on Earth. A giant hologram showed a galaxy map. Human space glowed in blue. The rest of the galaxy glowed in pale white. The leader placed his hand on the control table. "Begin preparations," he ordered softly. "For what?" one officer asked nervously. The leader spoke without looking up. "For the moment they attack us again. Because they will." The galaxy slept peacefully that night. Alien worlds continued their daily routines. Trade ships moved through jump gates. Diplomats wrote long messages. Everyone believed humans had stepped away quietly, like a harmless storm that had finally passed. But deep in the silent corners of space, where starlight barely touched metal, something began to move, something only humans knew about. This part of space had no name on the maps, no signals, no traffic, only darkness. The narrator slowly revealed a massive shadow, an enormous ring-shaped structure floating between dead stars. It looked abandoned, empty, forgotten, but it wasn't. Small construction drones, black as shadows, suddenly activated with a soft humming sound. Their lights blinked one by one, like an army waking from a long sleep. The entire ring came alive, glowing with faint blue energy. A silent voice echoed through the station. "Project Horizon, Phase 4 initiated." The narrator explained what no alien had ever learned. Humans had been building in secret for 2 centuries. These projects never appeared in any council meeting. No human diplomat ever spoke about them. Even many humans did not know the full truth. Back then, humanity had made a promise to itself. Never again will we stand unprepared. Not after the first alien war. Not after watching Earth almost fall. So humanity built quietly. Not out of hate. Not for revenge. But for survival. Inside Project Horizon, giant metal skeletons of unfinished ships floated like sleeping titans. Some were 10 times larger than battleships in the Council Navy. Some were shaped like rotating spears. Others looked like winged behemoths with glowing reactor lines. Hundreds of these dark shapes waited for only one word: activate. The narrator shifted the scene to a hidden human command center located inside a hollow asteroid. Senior officers were gathered around a holographic table that displayed the galaxy. Commander Rhea, one of the top strategists, spoke quietly. "The Council believes our exit means weakness." General Malik replied, "Good. Let them believe. That is our shield." Another officer added, "But what if they learn about Horizon? About Eclipse Fleet? About the hidden line?" Malik smiled slightly. "They won't. Humans learned long ago how to disappear in plain sight." At the same moment, far away, the alien scout who saw the secret structure was still trying to send a message. His ship systems were jammed. Every control screen flashed strange messages written in human code. He tried again. "This is Scout 9 requesting emergency." His message cut mid-sentence. Something outside pulled his ship back, not with force, but with technology far beyond his understanding. A human stealth drone uncloaked for half a second, just enough for the narrator to show the audience. The drone was sleek, silent, and shaped like a long silver spike. It hovered near the scout ship, analyzing it. Before the alien could even process what he was seeing, a soft voice echoed through his cabin. "You entered a forbidden sector. This was a mistake." He panicked. This can't be humans. Humans do not have this level of tech." The voice replied calmly, "You know very little about humans." Then everything went black. Meanwhile, back in human space, Earth Command received a coded transmission from Horizon Station. Unidentified alien presence detected. Threat neutralized without destruction. The human leader, Admiral Kale, read the report, and closed his eyes for a moment. "Someone is testing our borders sooner than expected," he murmured. Commander Rias stepped forward. "What should we do, Admiral?" Kale looked at the galaxy map again. "Nothing. For now. We move only when forced." But there was something different in his voice this time. A tension. A weight. A decision he knew he would face soon. The narrator now revealed the deepest part of the human secret. A place hidden even from human governments. A massive vault carved into the surface of a dead moon. Inside the vault were ancient documents, locked away under heavy shielding. Each document carried the same title, Silent Protocol. These papers explain why humans had built massive fleets in deep space, why they never fully trusted the Council, why they were always preparing for a day of betrayal. Silent Protocol was not about war. It was about survival after peace fails. One line stood out: "If the Council ever turns against us again, humanity must rise as one." Back in the hidden shipyards, the narrator zoomed in on a giant warship under construction. It was unfinished, but even in its skeleton form, it looked terrifying. A small engraving near its bow read, "Horizon Dreadnought, Unit 001. Its estimated size, 60 kilometers long. Its purpose, to defend human space against entire empires. And the galaxy had no idea it existed. As the part neared its end, the narrator returned to Admiral Kale. He stood alone at the viewing window of a human command ship, watching the stars. His reflection looked tired but determined. He whispered to himself, "They think we left in peace. But peace is only safe when everyone respects it." He turned away, and the narrator ended with a powerful hook. Humanity did not leave the galaxy. Humanity simply stepped back to prepare for the moment the galaxy would try to break them again. The galaxy thought everything was calm. Months had passed since humans left the Council. Alien news channels talked about trade, politics, and small border fights between species. No one mentioned humans anymore. It was as if humanity had faded quietly into the background. But the narrator knew the truth. Humans were watching everything, listening, waiting. Far from the busy trade routes, a slow-moving human refugee convoy drifted through deep space. These were ordinary families, workers, scientists, children, people returning to distant human colonies after leaving Council territory. Their ships were old, slow, and unarmed. They traveled with hope, believing peace was real. But peace never lasted long in the galaxy. In the shadows near a dying sun, a fleet from the Karen Empire watched the convoy. These aliens believed humans were weak now. They believed humans had no allies. They believed humans had no power left. And worst of all, they believed there would be no consequences. The narrator showed their commander, a tall creature with cold red eyes. "Move in," he ordered. "Capture the transport ships. They will make useful slaves." His officers hesitated. "Sir, humans may respond." He smiled cruelly. "Humans left the Council because they are afraid. They will not fight." And so the Empire made their fatal mistake. The attack. The first human ship felt a sudden shock, like a giant hand had grabbed it. The lights flickered. Children screamed. The captain tried to stabilize the engines but failed. A message flashed across all screens. Karen Empire boarding in progress. Surrender immediately. The humans had no weapons. They had no escort. They had no chance. One mother hugged her child tightly, whispering, "It's going to be okay," even though she knew it was a lie. The human captain opened a desperate channel. "Any human vessel, any allied ship, please respond. We are under attack. Our convoy cannot escape. Repeat, cannot escape." The message traveled through space like a weak cry in a storm. No answer came. The aliens laughed as their boarders cut open the human hull. "This is too easy," one of them said. And for a moment, it looked like they were right. The distress signal. Far away, deep inside Earth's command center, a silent alarm blinked. A female officer saw it and froze. "Admiral, we have a distress call from Convoy 7. Admiral Kale turned sharply. "Location? Outer Rim. Near Sector 14 border." Kale's face tightened. "That is Karen territory." Another officer added quietly, "Sir, if we respond, the Council will call it aggression. Kale did not blink. They attacked civilians. But... Silence, Kale said firmly. Send the message to the Horizon Network. Prepare Fleet Dawn. The room fell silent. Everyone knew what this meant. Inside Horizon Network, the narrator shifted to a dark chamber under the moon base. A single message flashed across massive screens. Protocol Dawn. Request from Admiral Kale. Status. Pending confirmation. AI system scanned the message. Human commanders across secret stations paused, staring at the signal they hoped would never come. But hope was not protection. Only preparation was. The AI voice spoke softly. Awaiting Earth Command authorization. Seconds passed like years. Then the final confirmation arrived. Permission granted. The lights across the chamber turned blood red. Massive metal doors opened in dozens of hidden hangars. Engines that had slept for centuries awakened with a thunderous hum. 1,000 warships prepared to move, but they did not fire. Not yet. They waited for one final set of coordinates. Return to the convoy. Back at the attack convoy, the situation was collapsing fast. Humans were being forced into cramped alien cargo pods. Children cried. Men tried to resist, but were beaten. The human captain refused to kneel, even after being hit repeatedly. The alien commander walked up to him and whispered with a smirk, "Your people should have stayed with the council. At least they could pretend to protect you." The captain looked up with blood on his lips. "They will come," he said softly. "Humans always come for their own." The alien laughed. "No one is coming." But then, space shifted. Not fast, not loud, not bright, just a silent ripple, like the fabric of reality bending. The alien commander frowned. "What is that?" His sensors went wild. Unknown signature. Impossible scale. Something is decloaking multiple somethings. The Karen ships turned to face the dark horizon of space. And then they saw it. 1, then 10, then 50, then hundreds. Human warships decloaked one by one like silent giants waking from a long sleep. Their hulls were dark. Their engines burned blue. Their weapons glowed like angry stars. The final number appeared on Karen scanners. 1, 0, 0, 0. 1,000 human warships. The alien commander's face drained of color. This cannot be real. But it was. The narrator described a moment in cold detail. Not a single human ship fired. Not a single human engine flared aggressively. They simply stood there, forming a shield around the convoy. Silent, still, unbreakable. Inside the flagship, Admiral Kale looked at the unfolding scene and spoke 3 chilling words. Send the warning. A short message flashed to every Karen ship. Release our people. And the part ended with a powerful, unique hook. The aliens had feared humans once. They had mocked humans later. But today, they understood the truth. Humans do not abandon their own. And the 1,000 warships were only the beginning. Space had never been so quiet. Not even during ancient cosmic storms. Not even when stars died in silence. Because now, 1,000 human warships stood completely still, like giant shadows carved out of the darkness. No tremor, no movement, no sound, only the cold promise of power. The Karen Empire fleet, once confident and loud, now floated like frightened animals trapped inside a cage they didn't understand. The human convoy, the weak, slow, civilian convoy, was no longer helpless. It was now protected by the largest human fleet ever assembled in one place. The narrator revealed the scene with a slow, heavy breath. Human dreadnoughts larger than alien cities. Stealth cruisers shaped like silver knives. Carriers with glowing wings of blue energy. Titan-class destroyers built to dismantle whole armadas. Each ship held its position like a perfectly trained army. No reckless moves. No panic. No fear. Because humans were not here to talk. They were here to warn. The standoff. Inside the Karen command bridge, panic spread like fire. This cannot be their real fleet, one officer stuttered. It must be an illusion, another cried. But their sensors repeated the same answer. 1,000 human warships, confirmed. The Karen commander felt his throat tighten. Get me visuals. Now. His screen lit up with a terrifying sight. A human super dreadnought slowly turning its massive hull toward them. Its name glowed in white letters. Horizon Sovereign. The aliens had never heard of it, because humans had never shown it. Until now. A soft voice rose from the Karen crew. Commander, if they fire even once, we are gone. The commander already knew, before he could respond. Every screen in the Karen fleet changed to a single message. Release our people. This is your only chance. No threats. No insults. No shouting. Just a calm sentence that felt heavier than any weapon. Inside the human flagship, on board the Horizon Sovereign, Admiral Kale stood with cold focus. Around him, officers monitored thousands of data streams, fleet positions, convoy conditions, enemy tactical scans. No one raised their voice. No one showed fear. Kale spoke quietly. Hold fire. Humans strike only when necessary. Commander Rhea nodded. We have full targeting lock on every Karen vessel. They cannot jump. They cannot move. Kale looked at the convoy, damaged but safe within the fleet circle. He whispered, they dared to harm civilians. They broke the last line of peace. Then he turned toward Tactical Command. Open channel. A single light blinked. Channel open. Kale said just 4 words. Release them. Right now. The message traveled across space like thunder without sound. The moment the galaxy changed, the alien commander felt sweat drip down his forehead. No reply, his officer whispered. The commander swallowed hard. We cannot return captured humans. They will learn we attacked first. Another officer shouted, they already know. Look outside, sir. The commander looked again at the formation of human ships. Perfect, disciplined, waiting, not angry, just prepared. Prepared for anything. He closed his eyes. Open comms to the humans. The screen blinked. Kale's face appeared calm, expressionless, distant. The Karen commander spoke with forced confidence. Human Admiral, capturing your civilians was a misunderstanding. Kale's eyes did not blink. Return them. All of them. The alien commander felt his voice shake. If we do, will you withdraw your fleet? Kale paused. You attacked innocents. Our fleet does not leave until they are safe. There was no anger in his tone, only truth. The release. Slowly, the alien ships began transmitting human civilians back toward the convoy in emergency pods. Families cried as they reunited. The captain, who had been beaten earlier, stood proudly despite his injuries. Children pointed at the massive human warships with wide eyes, whispering, they really came for us. The narrator focused on one moment. A small girl touching the hologram of a dreadnought and saying, is that ours? Her mother whispered back, yes, that's humanity protecting you. When the last prisoner was returned, the convoy reported, all civilians safe. No one is missing. Kale finally gave a small nod. Good. But the part wasn't over, because humans had been watching something else. The betrayal inside the betrayal. A hidden Karen ship tried to run. It powered its engines and aimed for the jump point. Human sensors caught it instantly. Admiral, Rhea said calmly. One enemy vessel attempting escape. Kale didn't raise his voice. Disable it. No destruction. One human cruiser silently moved. It fired a single thin beam, clean, focused, impossible to dodge. The Karen ship froze in space, engines dead, weapons offline. Not destroyed. Just stopped. Rhea said, they cannot run. Or fight. Kale simply replied, as it should be. The final message. Before the human fleet repositioned, Kale sent one last broadcast to every Karen ship. Humanity seeks peace. But if you harm our people again, you will face consequences beyond your imagination. Not loud, not violent, just truth spoken by someone who had prepared for centuries. The part ended with the narrator's chilling line. For the first time, the galaxy understood. Humans did not build warships to conquer. They built them so no one could ever break humanity again. Space stood still. Every alien officer in the Karen fleet waited, terrified, wondering what the 1,000 human warships would do next. Humanity had their civilians back. Humanity had the advantage. Humanity had the power to destroy everything in front of them. But the human fleet did not fire. Not a single gun moved. Not a single missile left its chamber. The narrator revealed the truth. Humans were not here for revenge. Humans were here to send a message the entire galaxy would remember. The human fleet moves. Inside the Horizon Sovereign, Admiral Kale lifted one hand. Begin precision operations. No civilian harm. Make every strike exact. His officers responded at once. Their hands moved across glowing screens. Weapons came online silently, like waking dragons that knew their purpose. The first human ship moved, not forward but upward, taking position directly above the Karen flagship. The narrator emphasized a terrifying discipline. Every human ship moved 1 inch at the same time, forming a perfect ring around the enemy. No panic, no chaos, just absolute control. The Karen commander whispered to his officers, Do they plan to execute us? No one answered. Human strike number 1, the clean cut. Target their weapon systems. Kale ordered, disable everything. A single human destroyer fired a thin blue beam. No explosions. No flames. No debris. The beam touched the alien ship softly, and every weapon shut down instantly. Cannons powered off. Missiles froze. Energy cores locked. Their entire offensive fleet became harmless in less than 3 seconds. The Karen commander grabbed his head. They took down everything without hitting the hull. His officer trembled. They shut down our weapons with the accuracy of surgeons. The narrator explained gently. Humans had studied every alien ship designed for centuries. They knew the weak spots. They knew the power lines. They knew how to disable, not destroy. It was strategic mercy, the most terrifying kind. Human strike number 2, the silent collapse. Kale spoke again. Now disable their engines. No escape. Another set of human ships fired microscopic EMP bursts. The Karen engines flickered, then died. Suddenly the entire Karen armada drifted helplessly, like broken leaves in a windless garden. One alien screamed, We can't move. They trapped us. Kale watched from his command chair. He showed no triumph, no pride, only disappointment. Why did they touch our people? He whispered to no one. Human strike number 3, the message to the galaxy. Kale raised his voice. Transmit to all nearby star systems. Let the galaxy witness what happens when humans defend their own. A projection went out, not only to Karen ships, but to neutral species, rival empires, trade networks, and even old enemies. Billions saw the broadcast. Ships paused mid-flight. Planets stopped their daily work. News networks froze. They all saw the 1,000 human warships, the helpless Karen armada, the calm human commander, the save human civilians. A phrase appeared on the broadcast. Humanity does not destroy. Humanity protects. Across the galaxy, older species whispered, We misjudged the humans. These ships, where do they build them? Peace with humans must never break again. The narrator highlighted something powerful. Humanity had not fired a single deadly shot, yet the galaxy understood their strength more deeply than ever before. Inside the alien flagship, the Karen commander fell to his knees. They spared us, they could have ended us, and they spared us. One young alien officer said, with shaking breath, Humans, they are monsters of mercy. The commander shook his head. No, we are the monsters. They are something else entirely. Human strike number 4, ending without killing. Kale turned to his officers. Next step, remove their ability to attack any human colony. Permanently. Human ships began scanning Karen vessels from a distance. Within minutes, detailed structural maps appeared. They fired small, needle-thin lasers, just enough to melt internal weapon couplings without causing explosions. It was like watching a surgeon remove danger from a beating heart. Rio whispered, Admiral, We have disabled their entire military wing in 9 minutes. Kale responded softly. Good. Let the galaxy learn strength without cruelty. The surrender. The Karen commander finally opened communications. His voice was broken. Admiral Kale, the Karen Empire surrenders. We release all humans. We accept peace. Please do not advance on our home world. Kale nodded, then listened carefully. Humans do not want your world. Humans do not want your empire. Humans want only this, that no one harms our people again. The alien commander cried, not out of fear, but out of shame. The galaxy reacts. Meanwhile, across countless planets, some alien civilizations celebrated. Some trembled. Some began secret meetings to understand human power. Some admired humans more than ever. But all of them agreed on one thing. The galaxy had changed today, and humanity had changed it. Without destroying a single ship, the story moved from the battlefield to a silent, elegant place, the Grand Council Chamber. A hall built from crystal towers, silver floors, and floating lights. A place where every major alien civilization believed they ruled the galaxy. Today, that belief was about to break. The chamber buzzed with fear. Not anger, not pride, pure fear. Representatives whispered to each other. Did you see the footage? 1,000 human warships. Where were they hiding all this? If humanity decides to march on us, we cannot stop them. The narrator shifted slowly across the room, showing the worry in every face. These were species who once treated humans as equals, or less than equals. Now they didn't even dare speak the word war. At the center of the hall, the council speaker struck the podium. We demand answers, he shouted. Humanity showed weapons no one has ever seen. This threatens peace. One advisor whispered, peace ended the moment we pushed them out, not when they defended themselves. Another snapped back, silence. Humans must be punished for their aggression. Yes, sir, the advisor said carefully. They didn't fire a single deadly shot. The room went quiet, deadly quiet, because deep inside every alien leader knew, if humanity had wanted war, that Karen fleet would no longer exist. The unexpected arrival. Suddenly the chamber lights dimmed. A soft hum filled the air. All external gates closed. A guard said sharply, no ship is allowed entry. But something was already inside. A holographic doorway formed in the center of the chamber. White light swirling like a star being born. No one moved. A calm voice echoed. Incoming diplomatic envoy from humanity. Aliens froze. Some stepped back. Some reached for hidden weapons. Others simply stared at the glowing doorway. From the light, a single human figure walked out. Not an army, not soldiers, just one envoy. He wore simple dark clothing, no medals, no armor, nothing threatening. But every alien in the room felt the same chill. Humans send one representative, because they know we cannot touch him. He walked to the center and bowed politely. Greetings. I am Envoy Aaron Kale, representing Human Command. The speaker struggled to steady his voice. How did you get inside our chamber? This room is shielded. Aaron smiled gently. Humans have been studying your shields for decades. We found improvements. The silence that followed was heavier than any weapon. The truth they never saw. Aaron lifted his hand and activated a hologram. A galaxy map spun above him. Human space glowing in deep blue, council space in pale white, and dozens of red spots scattered everywhere. These red points, Aaron said softly, are the locations of secret council operations that targeted humanity over the last 2 centuries. Gasps filled the room. Some delegates stood up. Others sat in shame. The speaker shook his head. Impossible. Humanity left the council peacefully. Aaron zoomed in on a red point. It showed a Karen plan from years earlier, the plan to wipe out a human colony. Another red point showed an old council vote, a vote to limit human technology growth. Another showed an assassination attempt. Another showed illegal surveillance. Another showed the attempt to push humans out. Aaron looked slowly around the chamber. Humans did not leave because we were weak. We left because we saw what was coming. The narrator captured the shocked expressions across the room. Everything humans had done, every secret ship, every hidden station, now made sense. They were not preparing for conquest. They were preparing for betrayal, the offer humanity brings. The speaker took a shaky breath. What do you want, Aaron Kale? What is your purpose here? Aaron spoke quietly, but the weight of his words filled the hall. Humanity does not seek to rule the galaxy. We do not seek revenge. We seek order. He displayed a new hologram, one showing oppressive alien empires, slave colonies, planets under fear, regions under constant war. You call this galaxy peaceful? We call it broken. A deep tension spread across the hall. If humanity rises, Aaron continued, we rise not to conquer, but to make sure this galaxy stops hurting the weak. Some alien leaders looked relieved. Some looked terrified. Some looked inspired. But Aaron wasn't finished. The two choices. The hologram split into two paths. One path showed the Council cooperating with humanity. Shared fleets, shared technology, peace and force together. The second path showed a dark image. Council factions collapsing under their own corruption, while human fleets protected entire sectors from chaos. Aaron spoke slowly. You have two choices. Stand with us, and together we build a balanced galaxy. Or stand against us, and watch the galaxy reshape itself without you. No threats. No promises of war. Just truth. The council speaker felt his hand shaking. He whispered, we are not ready for your kind of order. Aaron smiled softly. Then grow. Humanity did. The part ends with a turning point. Aaron stepped backward into the holographic gateway. Just before he disappeared, he said one final line. Humans left in peace. But we return in power. Not to rule you, but to stop you from ruling over those who cannot fight back. The gateway closed. The council chamber remained frozen. For the first time in its long history, the council did not know if it still ruled the galaxy, or if a new force, calm, disciplined, unstoppable, had already taken its place. The galaxy would never be the same again. The galaxy had always moved in the same rhythm. Empires rising, empires falling, the council giving orders, the weak staying weak, the strong staying strong. But after humanity's return, that rhythm shattered. The narrator opened the final chapter with a wide cosmic view, stars spinning like sparks, fleets moving through darkness, messages spreading faster than light. Whispers turned into rumors, rumors turned into fear, and fear turned into something the galaxy had never experienced. Respect for humanity. The reactions across the stars. On peaceful planets, ordinary aliens watched the human broadcast again and again. Parents showed their children the footage of human ships protecting civilians. Teachers told their students. Humans could have destroyed the Karen fleet, but they didn't. Remember this. True power is calm. On war-torn planets, enslaved species looked up at the sky with new hope. If humans protected their own, maybe they will protect us too, whispered creature in chains. Some empires panicked. Admirals shouted orders to upgrade their fleets. Spies were sent to discover human technology. Scientists worked day and night to understand stealth holes and precision beams. But the truth hit them hard. Humanity was already far ahead. Meanwhile, smaller species, the ones ignored by the Council, started sending messages to Earth. Will you help us? Can we join your alliance? Please protect our world from our overlords. Humanity responded every time, not with threats, not with demands, but with a message of hope. Stand with us, and you will no longer stand alone. Human peacekeepers rise. The narrator shifted to a dramatic scene. A human fleet arriving at a planet that had suffered for centuries under a brutal alien empire. The local people expected war, explosions, death, but instead, humans sent medicine, engineers, food, communication satellites. Human soldiers helped rebuild schools. Human doctors treated sick children. Human diplomats negotiated freedom for the planet without firing a single shot. Nearby empires watched this with confusion. They came with warships and brought peace? How is this possible? One elder alien said quietly, They are not conquerors. They are guardians. Old enemies become allies. Even the Karen Empire, humiliated but spared, sent a delegation to Earth. Their leader personally bowed before Admiral Kale. "We attacked your civilians," he said. "You saved ours when pirates raided our borders last week." Kale nodded. "Protection is not a favor. It is a duty." The Karen leader spoke again, voice trembling with sincerity. "If you will accept us, the Karen Empire chooses peace with humanity." The narrator revealed a breathtaking moment. Humans and Karen warriors standing side by side for first time in history. The council's collapse and rebirth. Back in the Grand Council chamber, chaos spread. Many members resigned. Others were arrested for corruption. Some fled to remote systems. The council was falling apart from the inside. But something unexpected happened. A group of young alien leaders stood up and proposed a new council. A council where every species had equal voice. No empire could dominate. Humanity held a guiding seat. Justice replaced fear. Envoy Aaron Kale returned to the chamber. He did not step in as a conqueror. He stepped in as a partner. "If the galaxy wants peace," he said softly, "we will help build it. But peace must belong to everyone, not just a chosen few." For the first time in thousands of years, the council applauded. The final transformation. The narrator now moved to the heart of the story. Earth. In a vast command hall, Admiral Kale watched new star maps. Some sectors glowed blue, worlds protected by humans. Some glowed green, worlds that had joined voluntarily. Others glowed white, still deciding. Commander Rhea stepped beside him. "Sir, the galaxy is changing faster than we expected." Kale smiled softly. "Not because of our warships. Because of our choices." Rhea looked at the map again. "It still feels unreal. Humanity was once the smallest voice in the council. And now," Kale asked, "and now the galaxy listens." Kale placed a hand behind his back, posture strong. "No one feared our power. They feared our silence. But when we spoke with purpose." The VIP ending, humanity's final message. Years later, a monument stood in the center of the galaxy, a giant ring of light, built jointly by humans and dozens of alien species. On its surface, one message was engraved in hundreds of languages. Humanity left the council seeking peace. Humanity returned with strength, not to rule the stars, but to make sure every world can shine. The narrator ended with a sweeping final image. 1,000 human warships patrolling the borders of war-torn space. Not as conquerors, not as tyrants, but as guardians of a new age. Children across different species looked up at the sky and asked, "Who protects the galaxy now?" Parents answered with pride, "The humans," because when the galaxy turned upside down, they lifted it back up. The camera pulled back, showing the Milky Way in full, glowing brighter than ever before. A galaxy united because humanity stood up when no one else could. The end.